everyone. We are Group 2. We are going to tackle now the Article 4 to 6 from Food Safety Regulation and Standards. Next slide. So we are Group 2. I am your leader, Jonalyn Dumical, together with my members, Mr. Cruz Justin, Ms. Constantino Jerome, Ms. Custodio Jello May, Mr. Dalida Tyrone James, and Ms. Domingo Angeline. Next po.
Good day, everyone. So, Article 4, General Principles. Section 6, Food Law Objectives. Food law shall aim for a high level of food safety, protection of human life and health in the production of consumption of food. So, dito sa Section 6, protecting, for example, are protecting public health, ensuring food safety, and quality, also preventing food fraud. So these objectives form the basis of food laws, helping governments and agencies to regulate the industry to effectively. At syempre, hindi lang naman sa atin to, maging gayon din sa mga consumers. So, section 7, use of science-based risk analysis. The following shall guide the use of science and risk analysis in food safety regulation. So, letter A, food safety laws, and control should be based on risk analysis unless impractical. Letter B, risk assessment must be objective, transparent, and based on sound scientific evidence. Letter C, risk management should consider local conditions, enforceability, and compliance of cost. Letter D, risk communication must be transparent, involving assessors, managers, and stakeholders to build confidence and encourage compliance. Letter E, food business should be encouraged to use HACCP for food safety assurance. Next po. Section 8, protection of consumer interests. The protection of consumer interests shall be geared towards the following. Letter A, prevention of adulteration, misbranding, fraudulent practices, and other practices which mislead the consumer, and prevent misrepresentation in food labeling and advertising, ensuring presentation and information allow consumers to make informed choices. Section 9, setting of food safety standards. The DA and the DOH shall set mandatory food safety standards. The following shall guide the setting of standards. Standards should be based on science, risk analysis, expert advice and application codex, and Philippine standard. Next po. Letter B, codex standards will be adopted unless there is scientific justification to protect consumers. And letter C, the DA and the DOH establish policies for codex participation and incorporating its standards. The National Codex Organization, or NCO, will oversee this. And lastly, letter D, codex participation will follow these acts, principles, and receive government funding. So, section 10, precaution. Ito mahalaga to. So, in specific circumstances when the available relevant information for use, the risk assessment is insufficient to show that a certain type of food or food product does not pose a risk to consumer health. Precautionary measures shall be adopted. So section 10, these measures are designed to ensure that food is safe from the sa mga farm to the table. And also they help sa mga food businesses na nagko-comply with health regulations and protect public health. Next reporter po. Ayan.
Section 11, which is transparency. The implementing agencies shall conduct public constitution and disseminate relevant information to ensure the following. A. Public consultation on food legislation should be open and transparent unless urgent issues to prevent it. Kailangan daw po is yung mga food authorities natin is maging transparent mga bagay-bagay. Hindi dapat one-sided lang. Then, letter B, if food poses a health risk, authorities must inform the public about the risks affecting foods and necessary safety measures. Dito naman po sa letter B, if yung pagkain is nagkaroon or nagkasanhi ng foodborne illness sa isang tao, need natin ito agad paalam sa mga sa mga mamayan or sa public upang magkaroon sila ng knowledge kung para maiwasan nila or maiwasan nilang kainin to para hindi na sila magkasakit din or para ma-actionan din yung problema. And section 12, application to trade. Foods imported, produced, processed, and distributed for domestic and export markets shall comply with the following requirements. Tungkol naman po ito sa mga pag-trade or pag-import ng mga ibang goods dito sa Pilipinas, which is letter A, imported food must come from countries with equivalent safety standards and comply with international agreements. Dito, sabi, dapat daw is yung mga pumapasok na items dito sa ating bansa is quality and merong same safety standards na hinahanap ng bansa natin upang maiwasan yung mga anomalya and sa mga iba't ibang produkto na ini-import dito sa Pilipinas. Next slide po. Letter B. The DA and DOH will inspect imported food at the first entry point for regulatory compliance. Before customs assessment, non-compliant shipments will be disposed of per DA and DOH policies. Sa letter B naman po is the DA or Department of Agriculture and Department of Health will inspect the imported foods at the entry point to para ma-ensure nila yung safety or kung pasok ba sa standard ng hinahanap ng bansa natin yung produkto na ini-import dito. Pag hindi naman quality or hindi pasok sa standards ng Pilipinas yung import na pagkain dito is hindi ito makakapasa sa custom assessment at hindi na po ito makakapasok sa ng bansa. Lastly is letter C. Exported food must comply with national and importing country regulations and return shipments will undergo further inspection. Dapat daw po is yung mga exported food naman na galing sa bansa is dumaan sa tamang proseso. Need nila mag-comply or sumunod sa mga importing country regulations upang maging successful and yung pag-import ng produkto sa bansa. Ayun lang po, next reporter. Thank you po.
Next slide po.
day, everyone. Section 13. Principal responsibility of food business operation. Food business operations shall ensure that foods satisfy requirements of food laws relevant to their activities in the food supply chain, that control system are in place to prevent, eliminate, or reduce the risk to consumers. This section of law places the primary responsibility of food safety and food business operation. This means anyone involved in the supply chain, mula din sa mga magsasaka hanggang sa mga restaurant, ay may tungkulin tiyakin yung pagkain na kanilang hinahawakan is ligtas para sa mga mamimili. Section 14, the specific responsibility of food business operation. Food business operation shall have the following responsibilities under this act. Sa Section 14 naman is na-outline niya yung mga specific responsibility for food business operators under the Food Safety Act. Mas na-emphasize dito yung mga crucial roles na nag-ensure ng food safety and transparency throughout the food supply chain. Letter A is food business must know, follow relevant food laws and good practices with support of small industries. B, if business suspects it's food unsafe or non-compliant, it must immediately withdraw it and information authorities. C is food business must allow inspections and cooperate with the authorities to manage risk. And D, if unsafe food reaches consumers, business must inform them that they issue and recall the product if necessary. Next slide po. Section 15. Principal responsibility of government agencies. The DA or Department of Health, the DOH and Department of Health, and Department of Agriculture, but in DA and the DOH is the Department of Health and DILG, and the LGU shall have the following responsibilities. Section 15 outlines the responsibility of different government agencies in ensuring food safety across the Philippines. It highlights the collaborative nature of this task with various departments and local governments working together to protect public health. Letter A, the Department of Agriculture oversees food safety in the primary production and post-harvest stage, including imports. Letter B, the DOH is responsible for process and pre-package of food safety and monitoring foodborne illnesses. C, LGU handles food safety in local businesses, market, restaurant, and food vendors. Letter E, LGU must assist the DOH and Department of Agriculture in enforcing food laws. Letter F, the Department of Health and Department of Agriculture will train and support LGUs in their food safety roles, assessing training effectiveness with the DILG. And letter E, the Department of Agriculture, DOH, and LGU will monitor the contaminant to identify safety hazard and supply chain. Next slide po. Next slide. Section 16 is specific responsibility of Department of Agriculture. The Department of Agriculture is responsible for creating and enforcing food safety standards for primary production and post-harvest stages, ensuring the compliance by farmers and fish stock and food businesses. The Department of Agriculture Secretary will clarify food safety roles and Department of Agriculture agencies involved in regulating fresh plant, animals, fishery, and aquaculture products. So yung Section 16 is specify yung responsibility of Department of Agriculture to ensuring that the food safety, particularly in the stages of the food supply chain. Letter A, the Bureau of Animal Industry, BII, BA for food derived from animals including eggs and honey production. Ayan, yung Department of Agriculture responsible siya dito. Letter B is the National Dairy Authority or NDA for milk production and post-harvest handling. So yung maraming responsibility yung Department of Agriculture sa different food na natatanggap natin, na kinokonsume natin. Letter C, the National Meat Inspection Services, NMIS for meats. Tapos, letter D, Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources, BFAR, for fresh fish and other seafoods, including those grown by aquaculture. Letter E, the Bureau of Plant Industry, BPI, or Plant and Foods. Letter F, the Fertilizer and Pesticide Authority, FEA, for pesticide fertilizers used in production of plant and animal food. Next po. Letter G, the Philippine Coconut Authority. Yan, kasama rin siya dun sa responsibilidad ng Department of Agriculture, yung PCA or yung Philippine Coconut Authority for fresh coconut. Letter H, the Sugar Regulatory Administration or SRA for sugar production and marketing. And lastly, the National Food Authority, NFA, for rice and other grains. The BEFP will develop food safety standards, including the organic agriculture using experts across sectors. The FDC will provide a scientific support in testing, research, and training when needed and funded. Food safety units will be established with Department of Agriculture agencies and staff appropriately. The Department of Agriculture and other agencies will monitor the contaminants in plants, animal, and fishery food and address contamination incidents. Yun lang. Next reporter po.
Section 17, the Undersecretary for Policy and Planning, Research and Development or R&D and Regulation. Oversights for the Food Safety Act shall be assigned to the Undersecretary for Policy and Planning, R&D and Regulation. Ang Undersecretary for Policy and Planning, Research and Development or R&D and Regulation is may responsibility na isupervise yung Food Safety Act. And siya yung nangunguna sa Food Development Center and Bureau of Agriculture and Fisheries Product Standards or BAFPS. The Undersecretary for Policy, Planning, R&D, Regulation will supervise, develop, ayun nga sa nabi ko kanina. And the Undersecretary for Policy, Planning, R&D, and Regulation will receive necessary resources for efficient function. Next is Section 18, Specific Responsibilities of the Department of Health. The Department of Health shall bear the following specific responsibility. And A, the DOH or Department of Health shall ensure the safety of all food processing product packaging activities. Next is B, the FDA Center for Food Regulation and Research shall be responsible for implementing a performance-based food safety control management system which shall include but not limited to the following. Number 1 is development of food standards and regulation. And number 2 is post-market monitoring. Next is enforcement of HACCP and other risk-based control measures. Next is strong participation in codex and other international standard-setting bodies. Next is communication of risk and development of interactive exchange among stakeholders. Number 6 is establishments of laboratories for food safety and strengthening the capabilities of existing laboratories. Number 7 is development of a database of food safety hazards of foodborne illness from epidemiological data.
And number 8 is strengthening R&D capabilities of product safety and quality standards. And lastly, certification of food safety inspectors. Next is C. The BOQ will ensure food safety on domestic and international airports, in-flight catering, and related facilities as per our number 9271 and PD number 856. And next is the NACRITM and NCDPC will conduct epidemiological studies on foodborne illness to support risk-based policies. And letter E is the NCHP will promote food safety awareness and education for the public. And next is the NCDPC will strategize to improve food safety, reduce contamination risk, and address nutrition and disease issues. And lastly, the DOH and FDA food safety units will be strengthened with staffing funds and functional divisions. Next is Section 19. Section 19, specific responsibilities of DILG and LGUs. The DILG and the LGU shall bear the following responsibilities. LGUs will enforce Code of Sanitation of the Philippines and food safety standards for all food production, processing, preparation, and sale within the jurisdiction, including but not limited to. Number 1 is sanitation, particularly in public markets, slaughterhouses, micro and small food processing establishments, and public eating places. Next is codes of practice, food production, post-harvest handling, processing, and hygiene. Next is safe use of food additives, processing aids, and sanitation chemicals, and proper labeling and prepackaged foods. And letter B, the DILG shall support the DOH and the NDA and the collection and the documentation of foodborne illness data, monitoring, and research. Letter C, the DILG and LGUs will participate in food safety training, standards development, and related activities with the DA, DOH, and other agencies. Next report.
For Article 6, Food Safety Regulation Coordinating Board. For Section 20, Powers and Function, this section explains what the Food Safety Regulation Coordinating Board is responsible for. Their main job is to manage and coordinate food safety efforts across various government agencies. For letter A, monitor and coordinate the performance in implementation of the mandates of the DA and the DOH, the DILG, and the LGUs in food safety regulation. Ang board is nagbo-monitor siya and tinitiyak na ang iba't ibang ahensya gaya ng Department of Agriculture, Department of Health, DILG at mga local governments units or LGUs is epektibong sumusunod sa mga regulations sa kaligtasan ng pagkain. They make sure anyone is doing their part and staying aligned with food safety standards. For letter B naman is, when there's overlap is responsibilities, ang board ang nagtatakda kung aling particular na ahensya ang dapat magpatupad sa mga lugar na yon. This helps avoid confusion about who's in charge. For letter C, coordinate crisis management and planning during food safety emergencies. During food safety emergencies, ang board ang nangunguna sa pag-coordinate ng crisis management at mga planning efforts. Ibig sabihin, sila yung nag-aayos ng mga strategies at nag-organize ng mga action para maayos na matugunan ang mga emergency. For letter D naman, sila yung nagtatatag ng mga patakaran kung paano dapat magtulungan ng iba't ibang ahensya na involved sa kaligtasan ng pagkain. This helps create a smoother coordination process between all the agency. Wait lang. For letter E, so dito naman patuloy daw na sinusuri ng board kung gaano kaepektibo yung pagpapatupad ng mga regulations sa food safety. At binibigyan din ng pansin ang mga training programs and research efforts. This ongoing evaluation helps to improve the food safety system over time. Next slide. Regularly submit reports to the Congressional Committees on Health, Agriculture and Food, and Trade and Industries. So, dito naman, patuloy daw na sinusuri ng board kung gaano ka-epektibo yung pagpapatupad ng mga regulations sa food safety. So, they regularly report their activities and findings to Congressional Committees on Health, Agriculture and Food at the Trade and Industry. So, tinitiyak nito na ang mga committee ito is laging may alam tungkol sa kalagayan ng kaligtasan ng pagkain. So last, accept grants and donations from local and international sources. The board has ability to accept grants and donations from both local and international sources. So makakatulong to sa pagpupondo ng kanilang mga program at initiatives para sa pagpapabuti ng kaligtasan ng pagkain. So yun lang, next reporter.
Section 21, Organization. So, this means, ito ay pangungunahan ng kalihim ng DOH or Department of Health kasama ang kalihim ng DA or Department of Agriculture bilang katuwang na pinuno. Ang mga maaaring pumalit sa kanila ay ang Director General ng FDA or ng DOH at ang Undersecretary ng DA para sa Policy and Planning. Kasama rin sa mga miyembro ang mga pinuno ng mga ahensya ng DA na may kinalaman sa kaligtasan ng pagkain, ang Director ng FDA Center for Food Regulation, isang kinatawan mula sa DILG at mga pinuno ng mga liga ng barangay, bayan, lungsod at probinsya. Mayroon ding mga kinatawan mula sa DTI at EOST. Maaari ring sumali ang iba pang mga direktor ng DOH kung kinakailangan. Letter A, it means sa loob ng 12 months, magsusumite ang lupon ng isang manual o gabay para sa mga pamamaraan ng pagpupulong at paggawa ng desisyon. Next slide. Letter B, magkakaroon ang lupon ng suporta sa administratibo at technical mula sa DOH gamit ang mga kasalukuyang tauhan mula sa DOH at DA. Letter C, nakalagay dito is maglalaan ng pondo ang mga kaugnay na ahensya para sa mga pagpupulong ng lupon. Paglahok ng mga miyembro, suporta ng sekretary at isang working group na bubuo ng procedural manual. In Section 22, Accountability for Food Safety Regulation, it means pananagutan para sa regulasyon ng kaligtasan ng pagkain. Ang mga FSRA ng DA at DOH sa pakikipag-ugnayan sa mga LGU ang magiging responsable sa pagtiyak ng kaligtasan ng pagkain sa iba't ibang yugto ng food supply ayon sa kanilang itinakdang mandato. Yun lang po yung nilalaman ng Article 6. Thank you po.